Welcome everyone to the Dream Team Fast Start training. And that's exactly what we want to do is we want to help get your business off to a fast start. So we're going to run through a quick training here to help you to do just that. So all of your resources can be found at dreamteampage.com. If you've never visited that page, we encourage you, go there, check it out. All kinds of great resources for you. So the first thing we want to do when we're building our business is we want to know our why. Like, why am I doing this? And the reason we want to know our why is because we're going to come up against obstacles. Like, nothing is ever easy in life, right? Especially things that are going to be really good. They're always a little bit hard in the beginning. And there's going to be obstacles that we come up against, whether it's a time obstacle or whether it's a person obstacle, which I like to call dream stealers. We're going to come up against those things. So it's a matter of knowing, what is our dream? Why am I doing this? What do I want to achieve out of this? And so when I come up against those obstacles, I can go back to my dream and go, you know what? That's not going to stop me. That is not going to stop me because my dream is more important than whatever obstacle I came against. And we want to know each of our business partners' whys as well. What is their dream? Why are they doing this business?
One thing I want to point out is, you have to have a big dream. Okay.
Yeah.
Make sure that your dream is really big and defined on why you're doing this, why you're going to take the time to do this and go through rejection and maybe go through the fact that you don't know what you're doing. I mean, you're nervous, you're scared. Why are you going to do that? Because you got a big dream and you gotta have a big enough dream that when those obstacles and those fears are there, that you can still see that dream, because that dream is what's going to fuel you through that initial fear of moving forward. Okay, so make sure it's big. Don't just have a little dream that you want to make some extra income. I mean, yeah, a little extra income is good, but make it a big one. Make it something big. Think really deep. Why is it that you want to do something? I mean, why do you want to change what you're doing in your life? And then, like Lori said, we got to make sure that we find it for our business partners, because they're going to run into the same obstacles. And if they don't have a big dream, the first little obstacle that they hit, they're like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. Well, guess what? None of us can do this until we can.
And the one of the biggest things when I talk about dream stealers, it's always not fun to run into a dream stealer, but it's even worse when it's a family member. Just know you're not alone. We've all ran into that same thing. Well, the next thing we want to do is we want to keep things uniform and simple. So when we get signed up, we want our username to be our first and last name, our password to be dream with a capital D and whatever year that we're currently in. So dream with a capital D and the year that we're currently in is the password. Why do we do that? Because in the beginning, most people forget their password. And then we don't need to call customer support and go through the hassle of waiting and trying to figure it all out. We just know it's their first and last name, dream, and the year that we're currently in. And that can always be changed at a later date. The next thing we want to do is we want to set up our 60-point smart ship order. This is just a team standard. This is something everyone does, and this is the beginning of how we have success. We simply go to 3international.com, we click on sign in, then we click on the username and password and put those in, orders, and recurring smart ship. It's that simple. And again, this is just a team standard that we get set up right away.
And when Lori says just a team standard, I want to really emphasize that when we say a team standard, there's no just about it. It is a team standard. So this is something that you want to do, you need to do if you're going to have success. If you don't have your smart ship set up, what happens is you, after 28 days of being in the business, you're no longer qualified. We need to have 60 points every 4 weeks to keep our business qualified. What does that mean? Qualified simply means that all the volume that's coming through your business is getting held until you get paid. Okay. So this is again a team standard. You want to make sure you do this, do not deviate.
Yeah, you don't want any volume to flush. And the way to have it held, like Greg said, is you have your 60-point smart ship set up. The next thing we want to do is make a list of 20 people, our first 20. This isn't the end, this is the beginning.
Okay, so we talked about having your big dream. We talked about getting your smart ship set up. Now what we're going to do is we're going to create a success story. Okay, now if you follow this step by step by step, What we're going to teach you is how to make an income. We're going to teach you how to get your products paid for. We're going to teach you how to create a long-term residual income. And we're going to teach you how to make some upfront income so you can create a success story. So the first thing that you want to do is you make that list of your first initial 20 people. Okay. Now, these are people that you know very well. I mean, who would you call in the middle of the night if you got a flat tire? Okay. I mean, think of the people that you would reach out to. Think of the people that you know right now that have talked about needing to make more income or that have talked about needing to have a healthier lifestyle. I mean, just those are the people you want to put on this initial list right away. And then we're going to share this business with them. Okay. And in doing that, in sharing the business, we're going to create a success story using the power of three. Now, I want you guys to watch how this works. And again, you don't want to deviate from this. If everybody follows this, you're going to create a success story. Now, what happens is people, they start picking away. Well, I don't need to do my smart ship, or I don't need to do this. Well, guess what? We're laying this out so that we can create a success story for you. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get a business partner on your left side. Then we're going to want to get one on your right side. And then we're going to get the third one on the left side. This is the power three. It's going to look like this. Okay. And I want to run through this. We recommend there's many packages that you can come in when you get started. We recommend that you come in with what's the premium pack. Now, there's an intro pack, which is a good way of getting started, but the premium pack gives you all of the products, one of each product, and it also, the numbers, the math behind it works the best at helping you create a success story the fastest, okay? So we want to create a success story the fastest. Now, there are some bigger packages, the builder pack and the pro pack that have bulk. So if you have a need to get a bunch of products so that you get better pricing, yes, definitely you can do those. I'm not saying you can't, but you want to at least do the premium pack. And here's why, because it's going to create a duplicatable success story for you. And it's going to, create the fastest story for you to create success. So in doing so, you get a premium pack. Remember, team standard. Let's just make this a team standard. Get a premium pack. Okay. Now we get your 60-point smart ship set up. Okay. Now remember, we're going to get those first three people going. One on the left, one on the right, one on the left. They come in with a premium pack, set up their smart ship. There's going to be $100 PIB and 300 points for each of them when you do that. Okay. So if you look on your left side, you've got two people on the left side. By the way, premium packs were 300 points in volume. So you got 600 points on the left side. You got 300 points on the right side. That is just enough to do a cycle. Now, this is an example of what you've done on your efforts. But remember, you've got a whole team of people that are building with you and growing, and it's going to get much bigger. But in this example, you brought two people on the left, one on the right, 600 and 300. That's enough to do a cycle. A cycle is worth $35 in the beginning. Now, there is a feature once you've gone out and referred 10 people that you can get to Happy 10, where it gives you a 28% increase. So you go from 35 to 45. We all want, to get paid more money. So this is something you're going to want to work towards. But I want to show you this right now. A $35 cycle. You've got 1, 2, 3 PIBs that you've earned because you've introduced 3 people with the premium pack, 100, 100, 100. And then there's a $100 promo when you refer 3 people that do this. That's a total of $435 that you made upfront money already, and you're just getting your business started. You've literally almost paid for the premium pack, for the product. You've almost got your product for free, which is a great story. But now let's go help the people that you brought in go do the same thing. This is the key. Do they want to make extra income? Absolutely. I mean, let's go help them do the same thing. So we're going to go out and help number one go do what you did. Obviously, you earned 435, so do they. That's going to create 900 points. When they do 300, 300, 300, that's going to create 900 points. You help number two do the same thing. They're going to make $435, another 900 points. And you help the third person do the same thing. They're going to make $435 and another 900 points. Now, here's the thing, guys. They're excited. $435. They've already got a success story. They're going to want to continue to share with people and duplicate. This is why it's so important that we do this. Now, if you look at this, you've created 1,800 in points on the left side, 900 points on the right side. That's 3 more cycles at $35. That's $105. And when you help 3 people go do this, there's a $300 promo, which gives you $405 on top of the $435 that you've already earned. That's $840 by getting your 3 to go get three. You get three and help them get three. You just made $840. This is a success story. We're just telling you, you want to go out and create a success story. You want to help your team create a success story. And remember, you have a support cast around you and a system around you to help you get this done. And as we do this, look what's happening on the back end. Okay. Look what's happening on the back end. Remember, everybody's setting up that smart ship, and it's a 60-point smart ship. So when you went out and got your three and taught them to get three, that's 9 people. And if we teach them to get three, that's 27. And if we just keep that duplication teaching, okay, we want to keep people plugged in and teaching them this process. 27 get three is 81. 81 get three is 243, 729, 2187, 65, 61. Now, here's what I want to show you. 65, 61 people with a 60-point smart ship designed the way that we just showed it is going to create 437 cycles. Okay. Now, this is for, example is for illustration purposes. This is based off a 1/3, 2/3 split. Individual results are going to vary, but I want to share with you, if you do it the way we just showed and teach people how to do it the way it just showed, these are the numbers that would happen. Now, is it going to be perfect? No. Some people are going to share it with more. Some people are going to share it with less, but it's going to be something like this. So look at this example. 437 cycles at a $35 team cab is over $15,000 a month of residual income by doing the system, teaching the system, and teaching your team to do the system. As we duplicate that out, this is what happens. Now, here's what I want to point out. If you go out and get Happy 10, where you referred on at least 10 people, you're going to get a pay raise, 28% pay raise. That $35 team cycle is now going to go to $45. So now it's going to come out to, it averages $3 a person on a 60-point smart ship versus 233. You do the math on that, 437 times 45 is over $19,000 a month of residual income. Over 19,000. Imagine what you could do with 19,000 a month. What if you only got it half right? 10,000 a month. What if you only got it half of that right? 5,000 a month residual income. I remember when we got to 5,000 a month residual income, that was enough to cover our bills. I mean, it covered everything. That was freedom. That was a nice feeling. But I want you to look at a couple things here. First off, this is based off a 60-point smart ship. Guess what? The average household is ordering more like 120 to 150 points. So if you do the math on that, obviously more points, double it, is going to be double in the residual. But we're not stopping here. We're going to continue to grow this team and keep it pure and grow it bigger and bigger and bigger. And over time, that number could turn to 10,000 people. It could turn to 20,000 people. You hear us talking about creating a team of over 1 million people. Guess what? You don't need to have a team of 1 million people to make a lot of money. We just showed it with a few thousand what happens. But as we go out and follow these team standards and duplicate it, look what's going to happen. The path to a full-time career in network marketing is a list of 250 people. You want to repeat the process that we just shared so you can get 20/20 vision. You want to go out and talk to at least 250 people, because in doing so, you're going to get your Happy 10 done. You're going to get your pay raise, and you're going to go out and create a lot of momentum on your team. And this is how you get a full-time career in this industry.
So we want to get our settings right in our back office. So you're going to go to 3international.com. You're going to sign in with that username and password we talked about earlier. Hit settings, then hit placement, and it's going to show up defaults to lesser leg. You want to change that to bottom left leg for your first business partner. Then when your second business partner is going to go in, you want to go back in and change it to the bottom right. And then for your third business partner, you're going to change it back to the bottom left. So this is how you go in there and you get it to switch from one side to the other side. So you can have a left, a right, and back to the left. And we want to keep connected people together. So if you have family members, you want to have them in the same leg building together. So you don't want to have one on the left, one on the right. You want to keep them together. So when we're enrolling someone, we're going to go to 3international.com. We're going to sign in with that username and password. You'll click on My Business and then enroll customer or enroll a brand ambassador, whichever one you're doing. And your first paycheck, who wants to earn a paycheck? Right? Okay. Well, you're going to get an email sent to the company when you after you earn that first paycheck, and they're going to explain how to set up what we call the 3 wallet. And it's very simplistic. You're going to go to 3international.com, sign in with that username and password, click on My Business and 3Wallet. But this isn't something that any of us need to worry about until you earn that first paycheck. Once you earn that first paycheck, again, the email will come from the company. We do have a success system, which I love, because systems produce predictable results, as we know. So if you plug into the system, you're going to win. It's just a matter of plugging in. It's not about personalities. It's about systems. Again, systems produce predictable results. So let's look at, on Tuesday, we have a mentorship Zoom, and you're going to get so many golden nuggets each week. And that's at 1 p.m. Mountain Time. Now, here's the thing. If you can't be on live, it's always recorded and the recording will be out. Wednesday, we have a Wellness Wednesday Zoom. You guys are going to learn all about the products from a healthcare professional. Different healthcare professional is interviewed each and every week. Thursday, there's a business overview Zoom for people that are interested in signing up to the business. My goodness, they can see an overview Zoom. They can learn, how do I make money? How is this system put into place? Saturday, right now, we have a fast start training. It's a quick 20-minute training. People can know how from A to Z how to get their business off to a fast start. And then Sunday, we have a mindset training with Get It from Gilbert. That's each and every Sunday to make sure that your mindset is in the right place, because we are going to run into dream stealers. There are going to be obstacles, and it's really important that we have our mindset in the right place. So you're going to want to adjust these for your time zone, but also know that all of these are recorded. And if there's, for whatever reason, you aren't able to be on live, whether that's work or something going on, you're able to catch the recording.
Think of this system as your $1 million system. Okay. Don't think of this business as, I paid $30 to join and I got a premium pack for $600. Don't look at it as a few $100s that you invested in a business. Look at it as you invested everything. Okay. Your entire life savings. Make a commitment to follow the system, because the system is going to teach you how to do this business. When we get started, guess what? None of us know how to do this. None of us know how to do this, okay? But how did we get good? Because we followed the system and we just repeated and we learned. And as you learn the skills, obviously you're going to have success. That is the key.
And if you want more details, again, we mentioned this at the beginning of the training, go to dreamteampage.com, scroll down to action planning. I would download that action plan and print it out. And on that action plan, there's little QR codes that you can hold your camera over, and there's short little videos alongside of each subject. So I would make sure that you go there and print that off. Do you want to read your quote?
Give yourself a year to fall in love with the process and let the process fall in love with you. Here's why we say this. Again, in the beginning, you don't know how to do this. None of us do. Give yourself some time. Stick around long enough so that you can understand what we're doing and get your belief and confidence where it needs to be. And then the process is going to work for you. This is the key. Be consistent. Give yourself a year to fall in love with the process and let the process fall in love with you.
And then our next quote that we have here is, what are you doing so great in your life right now that you can't take a chance on your future with a business like this? A business that will allow you to chase your dreams and has the potential to change your life forever. And that's a quote by Mr. Mark Ewell. So with that, that ends our Fast Start training, and we wish you all success.